Today I will be starting a construction company and farming simulator 25. Will I go broke or would I make it at the bottom? So we will be starting out with this F150 here, King Ranch. I did finance this out through high school, but it's finally paid off. A few years after I had it. We got the ranch hand on there. Of course, F150 King Ranch with some nice little tires. We'll be able to get us through whatever we throw at it, at least for now. Um, so nice little steps. Has like a 15% tint. I'd say probably like 10 on that. 10 on the back as well. Then we also have a cam locker, FX4. Um, and we also have that tri ball. No, we gotta have that just in case any we go through any trailers like this one here. Have different sizes on them. And this is what's gonna be starting out with us. Just that. And this 16-foot trailer here. Tires are still good on this thing. Did have to change the lighting. The lighting on those, the all the wiring and lights, since over time, uh, you tend to hit things when you're driving with a trailer. Either you don't use your trailers enough, or you're just that good at driving with one. But yeah, we gotta have that. We'll be having trailer to start out with. These trailers are not too expensive. Truck, of course, it is, but these trailers are not too expensive. You can find them pretty cheap. And starting out with $10,000, which were saved up, from gotten from family and whatnot. And this is what we'll be starting out with today. Let's get this thing started. Let's go ahead and start this thing, baby, up. Come on, baby. There we go. Connect our trailer here. There we go. Pretty good. So this thing does have that 3.0 in here. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure. Not sure. I think that's like a diesel one that Ford put out. I'm not too sure on that. Let me know if y'all know more than me. Let's go over here. Let me show you guys the crib. What we're working with, at least at home. We don't have any other type of machinery for our construction company, at least not yet. We will build up over time our arsenal, but as of right now, it would just be this truck and this trailer. We have the gas station there. That gas station is hiring. So while we try to find jobs or any side jobs, we can always head to that gas station there. They'll always have a job for us. They'll always have a full-time job for us while we figure out our plans and save up money to either buy machinery, buy property. And that's gonna be my first plan. It's to buy a property. That's the first thing we need to do. Buy a property and build a house on it. That's the first thing I want to do. Buy a property, and over time, as I'm making money, invest it into the house there, into the construction of the house. And here we are at our temporary place here. Well, who knows? Who knows, we can get a bigger property later on. But this is our place. We're looking at about 5 acres here. Our spot. We have a little garage here. We could store any machinery we do get soon. Who knows how long it'll take for us to get any type of machinery up in here, but we have one. We have a garage. It's been time since graduated from high school. Been a few years. Been able to acquire this. A land. I will say the land was acquired through family, but they helped me out on this, and there's fields I can also buy next to us. So we get farming. That'll be one thing here. And we got my little trailer. Not much, but I will tell you this: gets the job done of just coming home and sleep. That and pretty much and using the restroom. I could even haul my house out of here if anything happens. Load it up on the F-150 and we out. If it ever comes to that point. But it's still early in the morning. First thing I do want to do is go down uh go down the highway and take a look at what some properties will cost us, and then we could go ahead and go get that job at that gas station and you know do a few shifts there, and while also doing a few jobs uh for some family and friends, and friends of friends, any work that could come our way. If people need somebody to harvest their field or anything like that, we can do it for them. Let's just hope we get work like that, and let's go check out these properties. Honestly, I don't think in this whole area they sell properties like small enough for just like one residential home. I like, if anything, they sell properties, but like we're talking like properties that are like 5 acres up to 10 acres, if not more. So, I mean, we could just get one big property and split it up into two homes, if that's what it has to come to. But for us to even buy that property is going to end up being a lot more than something like a 1 or 2 acre property, which what I'm looking towards. But I don't think there's any neighborhoods around here. At least I haven't discovered this place much. New to the town, coming from another state. I'm completely new here. Besides having to know a few family and friends, the reason I even came here in the first place. But besides that, I mean, I don't know anything. There is some forest out there. It could be some good work out there for tree work. Anybody probably needing to cut down some trees or anything like that, it's a start. That could get us started. So I'm in this other side here, another city, another town. I mean, there's not much to be not a whole lot of properties going on around here. They don't even have a vehicle shop here or anything. But good to see that there isn't just one town up in here. There's multiple. Some homes there. And yeah, there's a lot of people over here too. A lot of places over here. So I looked up on Google Maps. I saw there was an open lot surrounded with some fields. Not really what I'm looking for. I mean, I'm looking to build residential homes and building, stuff surrounded by big fields. I mean, I wouldn't want to turn those fields into like a place for properties, which I could turn it into a neighborhood with enough money, but I mean, that type of land, it's best to sell it as to a farmer. That type of land, you sell it to somebody as a farmer. You don't just I mean, it's best to just not just take the property and turn it into a neighborhood. It's better just to farm with it. Here we are. There's the property right here. This it's a pretty big property. It's a pretty big property, but to see, there's a bunch of fields surrounding it. Honestly, this could be like a small little neighborhood. I mean, we could turn this into a trailer park and probably put like a shed around here. Or what we could do is build a bunch of sheds and like a bunch of in like farmhouses and stuff like that, and put a few silos and just sell this property over to a farmer that's willing to move out here and invest into into some farmland. Of course, I can't buy the farmland as well. It's possible to just buy this property, but if I could buy this property, build a few things on it, perfect for a farmer, since there's farms nearby, farmer would be willing to buy this property, and hopefully they go on to buy, like the farmland around. I mean, if it's a farmer, I'm sure they will. But let's see, 146. I mean, almost 7 acres, which is a lot of space to work with. 170,000 plus the home we would build on there. I mean, it'll be a lot of money. So it's a lot of money. Let's say for a place like this, we'll probably drop like $500,000, which is a lot. That's why I'm looking for for smaller properties, or maybe in a property like this, but this just not surrounded by farmland. Um, so it would be nice if I could find, like, there's this other open lot here on the map, which is a little bit cheaper. Um, but it's also surrounded by farmland. I mean, which is cool, but it's nice for, again, a farmer, but looking to something to turn into residential homes, So um for what I'm looking for, it's gonna be tough. I see here this 18 acres here for a big ranch. Those could also be turned into possibly turn into one. I mean, it's literally either I buy a big field like this place right here, 132K here, and I turned this whole place into like a residential neighborhood. And I slowly just build houses on this in this neighborhood. I could turn it into a trailer park, which would be cheaper to just buy trailers, of course, or sell properties individually, and and let people put their own trailers on there, or I could sell the with trailers. No, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you could work with. I mean, we also have this property 99, but I wouldn't want to turn farmland into a residential property. I'll be getting rid of the benefits of that farmland, of what that farmland has. A farmer would probably love to buy that. Or there's also some like cheaper properties next to where we live at. So, but I would actually not like. I'll probably like to not buy those. At least not next to us. But if you build something near the town here with the right next to the vehicle shop, if you can build residential homes here, people will buy them. I mean, because they're right next to the town, and the big chance of them buying it. Um, Also 92 here. That looks like a place you could invest in. 135, the big farm. No, 193. This is, we got 128. This is expensive for us. I saw this property down here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? 126 by the whole town. Here it is. It's in the middle of the forest, but it's 128. We could also turn this around. I'd say it's worth checking it out. It's worth we go check that out. So let's go check that property out. See what it's looking like. See let's see what it's looking like. It's most likely just surrounded by a bunch of trees, which is no problem. We can take care of some trees. Sell some wood and earn a bit of money with it. I mean, yeah, it's no problem, but let's see what the property is looking like. Oh, you know what, guys? This property is not so bad. This is actually a pretty nice property here. I don't want to get my truck too much into this, but honestly, this is a pretty nice property. It is surrounded by this piece of farmland, but I mean, it's just these pieces around here. And then you also have this big river right next to it. This is a really nice place. This would make for a really nice property out here. You know, Honestly, this is a really nice property. Yeah, I mean, you could turn this into a property for a farmer, one big property for a farmer. We could sell individual spots for trailer homes as well. I mean, but this is a really nice property. Really, really nice property. You know, if things go good for us, if we can get our first residential house, with our first residential house we sell, we could get enough reputation to, enough yeah, reputation and from that one sale to make a name for ourselves and be able to get into a even a commercial property, build something for a business out there looking for a builder. I mean, this is very potential property here. um 147, we got to keep that in our books. This is a really nice property. Oh, and they want 127,000. I mean, it's up there. We're talking six figures, but it's very, very doable. Very, very doable. But I will say that idea of turning 78 into, a big property is very great because it's into town, right? So the chances of it being of these properties being bought are very big, and the chance and it's really nearby home as well. It's the only vehicle shop in this whole map, in this whole place. So people are coming up there a lot. This property down here we checked out earlier, it's a pretty nice property as well. So not sure. I mean, I'd say we'll probably have to go with the town on this one, but I probably have to go with this one. I'd hate to, have to do this, but I think I'm gonna have to go with that one. I think so. It's closer. It's less of a hassle to deal with. Not having to drive all the way down here because it's pretty far on down. So let's go check out that farmland. All right, guys, we're coming up on the property. Let's see here. Okay, it's definitely a big piece of farmland. Of course, but we could farm that out and sell it and turn it into that piece of property we're talking about. I don't want to, but it's like a perfect like spot to put homes in, honestly. It would be a good spot. We could build a road right by that billboard there. I mean, it's not a bad spot at all. It's right behind the vehicle shop. Oh man, we could really we could do it. We could do it. We could do it. We could really do it. We still have, we still have the opportunity to get a loan. We If we could get a $100,000 loan and let's say at least just to buy the property, and then we put into the and then we slowly make the money for the actual construction. Either way, to pay back that loan, we have a lot of time to pay it back, and we'll eventually pay it back by the time we sell. By the time we sell, and if we build this, turn it into, I say probably like some trailer homes. So let people build some trailers on here. We just make individual like little spots. Let's see here. So if we're looking at what, 546 acres, we could sell like just plots of it and sell them. Either could build a big home on them or build a um I mean, you could part out 1 acre of this property and sell it as with one house on it. I mean, either even that would do. I mean, people will buy an acre. Most of the most homes in normal like just neighborhoods really just be having like half an acre sometimes, if not less than half an acre, and people buy it like that as well. All right, guys, I think I figured it out. We're gonna be turning this land into a trailer park, kind of like the trailers that So exactly the trailer like that I have myself as my home. We can make the driveway right over here by this stop sign. We can make like a driveway here. Yeah, just right over here. Or this one right here. You already see some tire marks here. We can start it off here and then split this off into several little like small little properties that people can, come in with their trailer park. And what we could do is we have two options here. The first option is the best option, and the fastest option is not necessarily the fastest, but we'll see how that goes for us. And it's to get find someone that's willing to just buy the whole property themselves, that just willing to buy the whole property with the with the portions like set out for people to park their trailer homes, and they'll just buy the property like that, and they'll take care of putting people out there out here in the property to sell to. Or our next option, our second option would be to do that ourselves and just sell each bit of property to someone, or we could even rent it out. If we're having difficulty finding people to buy the property. But those are our options. A lot of yapping, I will tell you that. But just to let y'all know our plan, that's what I'm thinking of. I don't want to destroy farmland, but I mean, this is just too good of a spot. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm the bad person here for doing that. All right, let's go get that job over there on that yeah, let's go get that job over there by the pizza place. Let's go see what we could do. All right, let's head on over to Casey's gas station here. Let's go get this job. I'm sure we shouldn't have any problem getting this job. Let's do it. All right, let's come on down here. Let's see what they think. I still got this trailer with me, but sure they won't mind. Come over here. Let's see if they're hiring. Well, I don't think the manager's here, so I don't think we can apply just yet. But you know what? If we can apply just yet, we're gonna go take a job up and let's see what type of job they give us. Oh, looks like I think we found a manager, guys. Let's see. Let's see what what positions they have open. What do they got open, sir? You don't know? All right. The hell? Let me see. What it says up here? What positions they have open? What is that? Cleaner? Well, it looks like they need a cleaner. Well, it's not much, but not much, but we can definitely we can clean for sure. Let's apply for that position. Looks like they gave it to us. So we're looking at what, 10 hours, and we're making a salary of almost $10,000. That's pretty bad, but what option do we have? All right, so before we come and do our first shift, we're gonna do our first shift tomorrow. Actually, let's go do a few jobs. Since our first shift is tomorrow, we have time to go do a few jobs, and let's see what we can get. All right, looks like we got a baling job to do. We're looking at around 45 acres. They're willing to pay some good money for it. Let's see here. I mean, we're looking at a pretty good amount of money. It is 45 acres though, so it'll take a bit, but honestly, we can get it done. It'll definitely take probably all day, or I'm not too sure how long that'll take us, but I guess we don't have a way to transport a big tractor at least, so I don't think it's too far actually. So yeah, we'll just be leaving that we'll just be leaving our truck here. I hope they don't hope they don't mind. We leave my truck here. Let's see, let's park this thing up over here. Hope they don't say anything. So this is what we'll be leasing, by the way. I don't own any of this, but this is what they recommended for the job. Got this nice machine here. It's a nice looking machine. Some brand new tires. I mean, this thing is, it is brand new. We got this tractor here. Nothing too crazy for this baling job. But very nice tractor. There you go. We also have here a marker for what I seem to think is DEF. Let's see here. Let's get this thing. Let's back this thing up. There we go. So we're looking at square bale. We'll change that to what they wanted to. This thing then we go up to 40 miles per hour here on this thing. We'll see. Look at the map. Oh, honestly, this is perfect. The place is not too far out. It's actually let's say down the road. And this thing is not slow either. We can go up to 40 with this thing. So it's pretty good. We didn't get nothing too slow. I would have lost patience. But that's all we need right now for us to get up to this 100K hopefully buy that properties. Patience, a lot of it. Let's see here. Let's head on out there. Look, we're going around at about 40 miles per hour. And here's this property, 45 acres. It is big. Well, let's see here. Well, didn't say exactly how they wanted it. They just said square, bro. But let's do it. Let's start back here. Let's see how fast we can go with this thing on. Let's unfold that. So yeah, let's lower that down. All right, now let's turn this thing on. There we go. Let's see, we start picking up here. There we go. So it looks like we can go up to 10 miles per hour. Say we keep it about there, 10 miles per hour. And this should be who knows how many bells will we get here. Well, we'll see how many we get. I mean, this is what, 45 acres. It's it'll take a bit. But you know, they are paying us a pretty good amount, so I'd say it's worth it. All right, guys, I finished that job. It was a bunch of bells. I delivered back the leased equipment, and the money should hit our bank account in a few seconds here. And there we go, $40,161. I will say it it didn't take too long doing that one, but it took a bit. It was a bit. I will say that. It took a little bit. Didn't take too long, but they paid us a good buck out of that. So we're almost at $50,000 there. I did have a little bit less money from things like gas and you know, from running the equipment. Also gonna go put some gas here on our truck. So but yeah, I mean, so that's a pretty good first start for today.